My name is James Johnstone and I am a flying officer with the Royal Air Force Volunteer Reserve. My father James and my mother Margaret Rucasell are hotel proprietors and they own the King's Arms Hotel in Barr, Ayrshire, and that's where I was born on the 21st of November 1921. My parents were married in Largs in 1916 and not long after that my brother James was born, but he sadly died 2 years later in 1918, the same year as my older sister Matilda was born. I attended Girvan High School and I helped out at the hotel after school and at weekends, but there wasn't much time for anything else, so when I got the chance to enlist and see some of the world, I jumped at it. I completed my training and eventually joined 576 Squadron at Elsham Wolds in Lancashire on the 25th of November 1943, on the very day that they were formed. Our squadron motto is Carpe Diem. We flew several bombing missions in 1944. Our plane was an Avro Lancaster, serial number November 711. On the 23rd of September 1944, we were to bomb Neuss. Now that's near Dusseldorf in Germany, and 19 aircraft were detailed for the operation. We went up at 1851 hours. Canadian Jimmy, Charles, Ronnie, Dave, Stan, Aussie Jimmy and me. That was our crew for the flight. There was some cloud on takeoff and it stuck with us for most of the route. 20 miles inside the enemy coast there was a break in the cloud, but at the target we couldn't see anything. It was full cloud and we were flying blind. Heavy flak was encountered in the target area and enemy night fighters were active. Our plane was shot down and crashed at Moors, north of Neuss, at 2020 hours. There were no survivors. We are all buried side by side in graves 12 to 18 in section 30F at Reichswald's Forest War Cemetery in Germany. Sergeant James Mackey is in grave 13. Flight Sergeant Charles Brady is in grave 14. Sergeant Ronald Pearce and Sergeant David Spowert, they're both in grave 15 and 16, which is a joint grave. Flight Sergeant James McIntyre is in grave 17. Flight Officer Stanley Durant is in grave 18. And me, well, I'm in the first one. I'm in grave 12. Flying Officer James Johnstone. I'm also mentioned on my parents' headstone in Barr Churchyard, and I am the only name for World War II on Barr War Memorial. So if you're passing by, nip over and say hello. My name is James Johnstone, and I will forever be 22 years old.